Stand by. I'll be right there.
Shine FM 103.1 Radiating life. A very warm welcome to you, dear listener. You are listening to The Social Alarm, where we're all about sounding the alarm on the social problems in our country, Kenya. This is your favorite radio station, Shine 103.1 FM, and my name is Sharon Liema. On this episode of The Social Alarm, we will be having candid conversations on tribalism. We will also look at the story of Kiambi residents who were left stranded after their homes were demolished, and later on, we will have Nairobi Governor on the Accountability Corner. Be sure to stay tuned. To start us off is a track by Sauti Sol called Tujiangalie.
Barua toka Jaramogi na Kenyatta, wanauliza kama Kenya kuko sawa. Nikawajibu Kenya tuko na disaster, watoto wetu wanazidi kuzikana. Na Tom Mboya ameshika tama, alituacha kama angali kijana. Je, angekuwa mambo yangekuwa sawa? Ndivyo walivyopanga Maulana. Deni mulizoacha bado tunalipa, na tumekopa zingine China. Tukajenga reli pia barabara, zilizobaki watu wakasanya. So tujiangalie, tuko pabaya leo kuliko jana. Sikio la kufa halisikii dawa. Tuko kwa Twitter tunajibizana. Tujiangalie bade, tuko pabaya leo kuliko jana. Tusipoziba ufa tutajenga kuta. Tusake zetu tungali vijana.
Welcome back to the program. You're listening to The Social Alarm on Shine 103.1 FM. Let's have some of the stories making headlines this past week. Kenyans took to social media to protest President Uhuru Kenyatta's request for a 2.34 billion shilling loan from the International Monetary Fund. The people united to send a request to the IMF for the loan to be declined, claiming the country had no ability to repay it. Kamaa has more on this story.
Social media sites like Twitter were flooded with sentiment directed to IMF through hashtags such as Stop Loaning Kenya and Stop Giving Kenya Loans. This comes with Kenya's current debt standing nearly 4 trillion shillings. The president, however, stated that the loan was necessary to caution the country from COVID-19 pandemic. For Social Alarm, I am Kamau.
Moving on, 4 policemen have been jailed after a 28-year-old man died in their custody back in 2012. Judge Eric Ogola ruled that Alexander Mount was brutally tortured and died in police custody. He added that the officers tried to cover up the death by claiming he died from a drug overdose.
On the head, there was a blood clot called hematoma measuring 8 times 7 times 1 centimeter. This clot was due to the bruise in the head, which was 4 times 4 centimeter. No fractures were noted on the skull. The brain appeared congested, that is swollen with flattened gyri.
However, it was discovered that he died from a head injury. Introduction of the dusk to dawn curfew last year by President Uhuru Kenyatta significantly increased the cases of police brutality. There have been clips making rounds on social media of people being assaulted by policemen for being found outside past curfew time. If you have ever been a victim or know one, this coming segment is for you. Have a listen and you'll know what to do about it.
Mama Tony, imagine it's when I'm getting home from work today. Wow, Mombasa Road, the traffic was crazy.
I've been wondering why you're not here the usual time. I almost thought you weren't coming.
How can I not come? I only trust vegetables from your kiosk. Today I want spinach, carrots, and tomatoes.
I know you're a loyal customer. That's why I'm adding you more tomatoes.
Thanks a lot. I want to head home before these policemen start harassing people around.
Yeah, we need to hurry up. Some of those officers are very violent. I do not want to encounter them. Yesterday night, a man was brutally beaten by a policeman right here in this market after he was found outside past curfew hours.
OMG. That's so scary. I think something needs to be done in order to protect us from such experiences.
You are right. There should be a way.
Wewe unafaniki pande hii. What else are you doing outside at this time? Don't you know the curfew rules?
But Afande, it's only 6:40 p.m. Doesn't the curfew start at 7 p.m.?
Wewe unataka kuargue na mimi? Let's go to the station and argue there. Is it okay?
No, Afande, I apologize on his behalf. Let me close the kiosk, then you go home. Please forgive us.
I haven't broken any laws. You can't arrest me.
Wewe, you're not resisting arrest, eh?
Leave me alone. I didn't do anything wrong.
Hey, come back here now. Are you playing with me? Nacheza na mimi, eh?
Paul, please just listen to him. Paul, come back.
You think you can run very fast, eh? Let me show you why you shouldn't play with the police.
Oh my goodness, what have you done? Paul, somebody help me please. Ooh, Paul, can you hear me? Ooh, he's dying.
An estimated 100 people lose their lives at the hands of violent police officers every year. The Human Rights Commission has taken measures to stop any further cases of police brutality in the country. To report cases of violence from a police officer, call the number 222-102 or visit www.mwananchihub.org and file a report. Mwananchi Hub, haki kwa wananchi wote. This message is brought to you by the Human Rights Commission.
Hello, amazing people. It's your favorite host, you know who? Kama. And welcome to Talk It Out. This week, we have an interesting discussion. So be sure and stay tuned till the end. We are talking about tribalism. we want to understand how it really got into us and how to stop it. With me, I have very, very special guest for you too. Our first guest is Madam Kadzo, who is an author of a very popular book known as Inside the Tribalistic Mind. And our second guest, guess who? It's Mr. Nyakundi, who is an activist, particularly vocal on matters on tribalism on social media. Lady, gentlemen, you're welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Kama. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my first question goes to you, Mr. Nyakundi. Why do you think we are tribalistic?
I will start by saying nobody is born knowing tribes. We all grow up and then taught that we belong to a certain tribe. And that is how we learn about our culture. Unfortunately, this is where we also learn tribal discriminations. Therefore, we are tribalistic because we have been taught to be that way,
Ms. Kadzo, why do you think it's most responsible for the extent of tribalism in this country?
Just a comment on Mr. Nyakundi's remark. While it is possible to be taught to be tribalistic while still young, when one becomes an adult, then it is a different case. It now becomes a matter of choice. Adults are tribalistic because they choose to be so. You cannot practice something that you know is wrong simply because you are taught. To answer your question, every individual that believes in that matter should be held 100% responsible.
And do you think this is a situation that we can reverse easily? Again, let me start with you, Mr. Nyakundi.
Yes. This is a problem that can easily be solved. We just have to unlearn these toxic habits we have picked over the years. And that's it,
Ms. Kadzo, do you agree with that?
Allow me to disagree with Mr. Nyakundi. This is a very rampant issue we were talking about. Therefore, it is ridiculous to expect an easy way solving this issue. Tribalism at this point has made its way to some of our churches. Those who are Christians will understand me. We call each other brother and sister in the Lord, but that's really it. Deep down, we are looking for our tribals men and women. It's not a simple matter to solve. It will take a lot of time and effort to even unlearn, as he says.
Okay. So before we continue, we went to the streets of Nairobi and we got some details from the citizens. We were asking them how can we stop tribalism in our country. Let's hear what they had to say.
So, in my view, I think to stop tribalism, one of the main things, first of all, is speaking about it and against it through all platforms. So, these people who do, I don't know, who have NGOs that work to stop those things, are doing a good job and they should continue to. In the education system, they should just keep teaching people how tribalism is wrong. And then thirdly, it's an individual responsibility that if you see your friend or you hear a friend saying tribal things or having a tribal mindset, it's your job to call them out and just tell them what to do better. And on the government, I think they should just keep supporting NGOs and people who are activists in this area, and we're going to keep progressing. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a citizen from Nairobi. So let me pose the same question to you. We start with you, Mr. Nyakundi. What do you think we can make us stop this tribalism?
For me, we should disagree. For me, we should discourage this toxic habit by condemning it at every platform we could possibly get, That way, people will eventually get the message and get it right. As a country, we can also pass laws to criminalize any form of tribal discrimination, because sometimes people will only do the right thing when they fear consequences of doing the wrong thing.
As we wind up, Madam Kadzo, what suggestions will you give?
For me, I believe we should be individuals who step up to break the cycle of tribalism. If someone offers you an undeserved thing just because you are from their tribe, decline politely. The reason is, in future, they expect you to do the same for them. At the end of the day, it just adds to the list of tribalistic individuals.
Very insightful. Let me thank you all for being part of the Talk It Out show. For our guests, thank you very much. And whoever is tuned in, thank you very much. My name is Kama. Until we meet next time on Talk It Out.
With different colors, different colors, different colors, different colors.
Fading out is Lucky Dube's track Different Colors. We are indeed one people despite our differences. Moving on from that, we have a story about a case of land grabbing. This is where we're sounding the alarm, so keep it shine 103.1 FM.
Gede ndio nimeamka sahii, nimepata kumebomolewa. Ni mtoto wangu atalala wapi leo? Ataenda shule? Seriously, the government is not even helping us. Hayu is not on our side. Tusaidieni.
Good morning is a greeting commonly used early in the day. But for residents of Kiambi, there was nothing good about this morning. October the 9th, 2021, they were woken up at 4 a.m. by the sound of bulldozers that were here to demolish their homes. A few hours later, policemen ordered everyone to leave the area as demolition continued. Some were not even allowed to pick a single belonging of theirs.
Now what do they want us to do? If they just demolish our homes and send us away without notice, where do we go?
Upon questioning, the residents were informed that the land had been bought by a private investor who planned to put up commercial buildings. The alleged owner of this land remains unknown to the people. Margaret is one of those who have been displaced. She stands desperately, watching the place she once called home being reduced to debris. In her arms is her 9-month-old daughter, with whom she was left after her marriage fell apart and her husband walked away.
I am very worried. I don't know where to take my child. Hata hatujakula tangu asubuhi. I don't want my child to grow up in the streets.
Margaret is scared for her baby's future because this was the only home they both knew. Many more people share Margaret's fears because at least 500 residents have been displaced, according to Kenya Red Cross officials who were at the scene. Some of the residents of Kiambi claim to have lived here for more than 2 decades now. They in fact have title deeds to prove ownership of this land.
Naomba serikali itatue hali hii. This is our property and we are not going anywhere.
However, they will be forced to find alternative accommodation since the area is being guarded heavily by armed police officers. These residents are now calling on well-wishers to offer support of any kind possible. For now, these residents can only hope and wait for rescue. For the Social Alarm, I am Sharon Ndiema. In the course of the week, our very own Kama had a chat with Nairobi Governor Mr. Sami. Let's have a listen.
Welcome to another episode of Accountability Corner. We are all about holding our leaders accountable for their actions and words. My name is Kama, and I'm glad to have you. Today, the conversation is about Nairobi County. We will be mentioning some of the unfruitful promises and pressing for answers on cases of stealing Monanchi's money. This is why our guest today is none other than the county boss himself. He is the best person to give us these answers. Nairobi Governor, Mr. Sami. Welcome to the show, Mr. Governor.
Thank you for having me, Kama.
Mr. Governor, how will you describe your performance as a governor of Nairobi now that your term ends in a few months?
Well, I can't mention it all, but just to mention a few. I think I did a great job in the county. First of all, I have addressed the problem of traffic jam within the city. Not unaona. Construction of the new expressway is complete. We will be opening it in 2 weeks' time. This will really ease traffic and save us millions of shillings. We have also ensured clean water supply throughout the county in all seasons. I know the people will agree with me that my government has done a good job in the county.
Mr. Governor, I'm glad you brought the matter of expressway up. In January, there was allegation that you and another 4 county government officials looted 40 million in the expressway project. We know there is a case in court currently with a hearing set for next month. What do you say to the residents of the county concerning this matter?
Weacha. These are false allegations. Let me tell you, come on. These are just people trying to put down mud on my name, you know? Yeah. The matter is now before the court, and I assure you, my people, that the truth will come out. Yes, you wongo.
All right. Let's us proceed to something a little more interesting. I have a clip of a statement you made back in 2019.
I assure you that by the end of 2019, every ward will have a level 5 hospital, fully built, equipped, and operational.
Okay, as you have heard, you made this statement in 2019, but here we are in 2021, and this promise has not yet been fulfilled. What is the reason?
It is true. I made the promise to Nairobians, but you have to take note of some unfortunate events that happen unexpectedly in life. For us, COVID-19 was a major challenge that slowed down the project, you know. We had to challenge the money into other urgent projects, like creating COVID-19 wards in the existing hospitals to deal with the pandemic. Because hii kitu ilikuwa inamaliza watu bwana. Wananchi walikuwa wanaishi vizuri bwana.
But Mr. Governor, these projects were to be complete in 2019. Yet the pandemic hit in 2021. Just explain a bit.
Come on, listen. When I say 2019, you need to give me an allowance of some months. Because these projects usually don't just run smoothly. There are always small things we don't account for, but cumulatively, they cost us a lot of time.
I think you have a responsibility to deliver to the people what you promise, and in the promised time.
I do, but some circumstances are not available.
All right. As we conclude, what will you wish to tell the people of Nairobi County who elected you?
Nairobians, let us continue working together. There is still so much we can achieve.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard it from yourselves. The Nairobi Governor, Mr. Sami, on the Accountability Corner today. He has answered some of the questions that most Nairobi County residents wanted answered. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Governor. And to all our loyal listeners, thank you for your tuning in. I'll see you next week on another episode of Accountability Corner. We love you. See you until next time.
They can't believe it. Government want to move me.
Me turn refugee in my own country. But a long time, me live here so can't go no way. Them really take poor people for fool. Them really take poor people for fool. Oh, in this Babylon, where you get the system you're from? Bulldozer are down poor people land. John no seminar vote again, no sir. Cause the MP don't give a damn. Where you get the system you're from? Both say me live on Scotland. Joe, me don't rich like Matalan, no sir. Me a man Jamaican.
We have come to the end of our program. I hope you enjoyed listening to the Social Alarm. Tune in every Sunday at 2 p.m. on Shine 103.1 FM as we address the social problems that affect us. I am your host, Sharon Diema. Goodbye.
I love Shine FM because the presenters are interesting and they're fun. It's like I'm talking with them one-on-one.
The shows, the music, everything about it.
We're all about the hits. We're all about the good music.
Hey manze, I love Shine FM. I love the music. Nikisikiza tu hizo ngoma, the music really uplifts me and I feel really good.
Yo, music za hii stage, juu nakuanga fiti, ngoma fiti.
I really love Shine because they play good music, they have great topics, and of course they have amazing hosts.
We're all about radiating life. This is 103.1 Shine FM.
I love Shine.
Barua toka Jaramogi na Kenyatta, wanauliza kama Kenya kuko sawa. Nikawajibu Kenya tuko na disaster, watoto wetu wanazidi kuzikana. Na Tomboya ameshika tama, alituacha kama angali kijana. Je, angekuwa mambo yangekuwa sawa? Ndivyo walivyopanga Maulana. Deni mulizoacha bado tunalipa, na tumekopa zingine China. Tukajenga reli pia barabara, zilizobaki watu wakasanya. So tujiangalie, tuko pabaya leo kuliko jana. Sikio la kufa halisikii dawa, tuko kwa Twitter tunajibizana. Tujiangalie bane, tuko pabaya leo kuliko jana. Tusipoziba ufa tutajenga kuta, tusake zetu tungali vijana.
Waumini kwa matrina, pasi kwa bima, kushoto fungu la 10 sadaka kulia. Ndio maana mbele ya kanisa mheshimiwa anakula sakramenti kabla ya raia. Siku za mwisho zimeshawadia, na revelation inatuambia hii generation inachoma picha. Ni generation yetu, so tujiangalie. Tuko pabaya leo kuliko jana, sikio la kufa halisikii dawa. Tuko kwa Twitter tunajibizana. Tujiangalie, tuko pabaya leo kuliko jana. Tusipoziba ufa tutajenga kuta, tusake zetu tungali vijana.
Mishuki alisema tufungeni mikanda, ona leo twavuna tulichopanda. Kura zetu zilitugawanya, makabila na pesa pia tulimanga. So when you make your bed, usingizi gani tumelala? Tutajua tujui, Vision 2030 tabaki ni story. Tujiangalie, tuko pabaya leo kuliko jana. Sikio la kufa halisikii dawa, tuko kwa Twitter tunajibizana. Tujiangalie, tuko pabaya leo kuliko jana. tusipoziba ufa tutajenga kuta, tusake zetu tungali vijana.
Dosi aliniambianga freedom never comes for free. We vote tribe ama real cash, ask Boni. Tuna Roma lia mwezi ta JSU plus dogi. Wal mzima Twitter keotindo fast body. Ban pictures in Africa, black coffee and none. I'm richer than my neighbor but we're both in a slum. If the rich always win, why should the popular run? Unless democracy ni what you say my only for fun. Na hii weekend tuko church tunauza sura kabisa. Post ya haga wenda poa sana na caption ya scripture. Kayo ndo gospel pitisha bagi ya sadaka kwa club, yeah. Traffic madrag ubaindai, traffic mandai zina drag. Kwa maya mwizi ya memeki stories za shamba ame grab. Kono inahonga imevaa bracelet ya color za flag, yeah.